Hi, Z here. Let's talk Fenty Beauty, you the perfume. Looking at the notes, and I was thinking, is this something I would like? Is this something I would not like? Because this has note of tangerine. I think the tangerine in this has that kind of just about ripe appeal. This feels like it's not just the tangerine that has been used. This feels like the back of the tangerine has been used. You know, when you just have that tangerine that is just ripe and still sour, it has that kind of like but sweet appeal. It's like on the borderline of it. So it's interesting how this works together with the rose as it progresses. So this is an interesting transition, you know, from that slightly sweet, spicy burst, but still feels warm. The rose is not very, you know, all up in your face. It feels very, you know, should I say it has that kind of dusty appeal, like it has a powdery appeal, so to speak. It feels like there are some other floral notes that are playing in this besides the rose. So it's magnolia. These also has listed notes of earthy notes. You know, you have patchouli, some sites say geranium, there's musk there, there's also some sites list vanilla, there's rose listed as well. So this is supposed to be a kind of like sweet warm floral, so to speak. But on spraying it on skin and seeing how this performs, this is an interesting twist to a fragrance. Like the way it opens up, there is a bit of spicy burst, and it's quite interesting. When I first sprayed it, let's forget the notes for a moment. When I first sprayed it, there was a bit of spiciness that almost made me wonder if there's, you know, pepper in the notes. It had a bit of spiciness which was borderline zesty, and at the same time it was like, what could this spiciness be? And then it was also sweet, but it had a note I'll say is encapsulating. There's a fragrance you spray and it has that kind of warmth that feels something like this. It feels like, you know, you are being surrounded by the warmth of the fragrance. That is how it gave off in the beginning. It settled down to, considering there is rose listed in this fragrance, which is interesting because it's either I love the rose or I don't like the rose. The rose in this is tolerable, and it's something I'll say, okay, this is the kind of rose notes I like. I mean, it settled down into an earthy note for the base notes, which, to be honest, I don't mind the patchouli in this. This feels more like the dry down for this feels a bit, it still has that kind of like zestiness that doesn't go away for a bit. I don't know what it is that makes it feel somewhat zesty to me till the end, but the earthiness in this feels more like a dusty earthiness. It doesn't feel wet earthiness in this. This feels more like a almost woody earthiness. You know, when you have like dust from like wood scrap, something like that, it has that kind of appeal, but it is also sweet. So this is a fragrance, and considering I had one a fragrance yesterday. If you watch check my scent of the day, yes, I don't want to mention it. It gave me that kind of vibe. It has that kind of like warmth from the beginning, which is interesting. It is sweet, a bit zesty, but overall the finish is nice. I would say I rate it 8 over 10. I don't mind the fragrance. It's a fragrance I would definitely wear. So yeah, Fenty Beauty's Eau de Perfume, and this is definitely unisex, but this would do really good in this cold weather. Some people might say this is like a date night fragrance because of the warmth it brings, because of the sweetness it has. So yeah, but I think this is a do all, but you might need it in a more either in a denser room, or if you're going to have like, it's for some people might find this slightly stronger because the fragrance that you spray, and it's very, very present, like it leaves a scent trail for sure. So yeah, Fenty Beauty's Eau de Perfume.